So listen, we just started this is officially, we started it a couple weeks ago. We had our social media guy come on. He does all the social media for the podcast. And I said, you know what? We're about to start the TPWP news segment. So here we go, Andy. Let's bring in Andy, and we're going to get down with everything that's going on in the boxing world right now from a news perspective.
What up?
And we'll make it happen. Andy, Scrunch, Andy.
What's up, Andy?
What's going on?
What's up with your nephew?
Let's get to it.
So let's get straight to the biggest thing all over boxing socials. We got to talk Tank versus Devin, the sparring. I need Scruncho's thoughts. Man. I need Shawn Porter's thoughts. Ethical. Just give me the thoughts on the sparring in general.
You seen sparring, right?
Yeah, I seen the sparring.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I mean? Just
talk to the camera.
Yeah, just consider the fact that Devin was 16. I think he held his own, and I thought Tank's style was when he walked him down, he got that power, and the power. Anytime you spar, we talked about this before. Anytime you spar, it's automatically go towards the one with the power, because the one with the power will always outshine the one with the skill set, because the one with the power, the one with the skill set, he got on 16-ounce boxing gloves, and he got on headgear. So he even though Tank did his thing. You know what I mean? I think if he didn't have the headgear on, it would have been a no-brainer. You know what I mean? He had the 16-ounce gloves on. It was like Tank had on 2 pair of gloves. So, of course, he probably could have finished him, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he was a boy. He's, you're talking, your body changed from 16 to 18, from 18 to 21, 21 to 25. That's not even the same person as you see today. So, I don't take too much into it. But for Tank power, probably got more powerful, but I think Devin Haney he stood on his feet, and I don't think he got knocked out like Adrian Broner said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just thought all around, the promotion itself has become a little messy.
Right.
And I get it. Mm-hmm. These guys got history. Dev's dad, Bill, he ain't never about pulling no punches, especially verbally. And I think that from the other side of that, when you see Tank get put down you see Ryan get put down by Tank, and then not come up, not get up, not come back from that. And then you see Ryan, kind of waltz his way into the Mayweather tree, and we start hearing these rumors that they're hanging around. He's going to show him a better shoulder roll, all these different things. The thing that wasn't supposed to happen just happened, and that's, you put the first onus on Floyd. Floyd is one thing to share wisdom that about another fighter.
Yeah.
It's another thing to actually give that to somebody else.
Right.
And that's what you don't do. You know what I mean? If Floyd had him in his house and he showed him on his theater screen, showed his sparring on the theater screen, that's one thing. Yeah. But you don't send the sparring to this kid so that he can now use it to utilize it. From what we already know, it becomes this psychological warfare. I'm going to do everything I can before the fight to get into your head. I get that.
Yeah.
And Floyd did the same thing when I fought Adrian.
Yeah.
Adrian gets on the ring, on the stage, the final press conference, and he's talking about all the things that I got, all the things that my dad got, and how my dad keeping money from me, all these other things.
Right.
And I laughed at it because I was like, yo, this is so rehearsed.
Right.
You live in Cincinnati. There's only one way you can get this information.
Yeah.
Somebody gave you this information so that you could come on this stage so that they can get into my head.
Yeah, that was
come on now.
Psychological
that's old school. And I'm way past this. You know what I mean? So I sat there quiet.
Yeah.
Didn't say nothing the whole time. And did what I always did. I let my fist fly. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the thing, once you take you go from Floyd, number one, the sparring should have never went from Floyd to Ryan. Once it gets to Ryan, there's a code of ethics in the sport of boxing. Right. You can talk about the sparring session that you seen. Yeah. Somebody gets pushed down. We'll make the announcement. Yo, let's do the best we can. Don't nobody need to know about this, y'all. You know how we get down in here.
Yeah.
And everybody leaves the sparring session like, yo, did you just see that? Like, yo, you gotta be, try to forget it.
Yeah.
That's the ethics. The ethics is whatever happens in the gym stays in the gym.
Yeah.
And the number one thing you don't do is you don't record it. And then when you do record it, the number one thing you don't do is release it. You know what I mean? So I get it. You trying this whole psychological warfare and stuff like that. But come on, big dog.
But I think what else happened too is I think whatever he gave to Ryan, I don't think his intention was, Ryan, you gonna rat on me or whatever. You know what I mean? Gonna tell everything. But I think just to
hold up. Because when you Floyd Mayweather, the man known for thinking 5 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But yeah, but if you give me some information, right? You know what I mean? And I go tell it to the world, you know what I mean? They're going to be mad at you. You should be a little upset with me because, you know, I got to protect our conversation. Yeah. You know what I mean? So as much as Floyd is wrong, I think it was weak of Ryan to, you know, tell about that event. Because now Ryan could be putting a 10 on the 2 to purposely antagonize the Haneys. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which he was getting kind of underneath the skin with it. Yeah. You know, like telling little bits and wasn't telling this and that. Yeah. And then it really, to me, as much as it made Floyd look bad, it made Ryan look bad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was like, you know, you wouldn't even follow your own manhood because you backed out of flight because of what he said. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can look like that. And then he was, you know, I think Ryan, personally, I just think he's calling out. You know, when he was talking to God, it seemed like he was calling out to God. Mm-hmm. I don't know what his personal issues is, but I think it's something in there that got him. He just even when he says the thing about if you had $100 million and you know what I mean, and if you would know what you would do, it seemed like it's something he want to say that he can't say. You know, so if you read in between the lines, I think he's I think it's bigger than this fight. Yeah. I think it's something going on that he's battling with. Yeah. That he, you know, I think actually we do need to pray for him because he mentioned Jesus Christ and God, but it wasn't like he was. It's like he was calling on him more than talk about him.
And we can come back to that, but I will say this: I went to a sparring session on Monday, and when did this thing come out? The video of the sparring came out with that.
Literally,
like Thursday or Friday.
Second. And like after the second press conference, I believe.
Yeah. So I went to a sparring session on Monday. Amateur fighters. One kid is 18. I don't even know how old the other kid was. I put my phone up and I recorded it for about 15 seconds. When the bell rang and they were done with that round, I said, "Hey Dad, I just want you to know I recorded about 15 seconds of that. I'm only sending it to my dad. I want my dad to see where I'm at. I want him to see this kid, but I'm not sharing this with anybody, and I'm going to delete it right now." Mm-hmm. You don't hold your phone up in sparring. Right. You don't bring a camera in to sparring. Guess what? We got footage of me and Manny sparring. We got footage of me and Manny Pacquiao sparring.
Leak it. No.
Yeah, right. Let's get the But it was understood. My dad said, I want me and my son to have this. And he and Freddie made an understanding. You can hold it, but I don't want anybody to ever see this, Ken. Right. And nobody has ever seen a sparring session between me and Manny Pacquiao. It's just a code of ethics. I hate that they broke that code. Everybody in sport and boxing know the code. Tighten up. That's what this is all leading to. For anybody that's any of the fighters that's watching this now, tighten up. Cause you never know who's around, who's doing something, and it could lead to something dirty that comes back to haunt you in some ways. Again, the kid was only 16 at that point in time, but it shined a bad light on the kid, man.
But not only that, it put a different. I think he's gonna get a. I mean, he didn't have a chance to beating Devin anyway. Yeah. To me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're talking about Ryan, right?
Ryan. On a skill set level. He's just not a better fighter. But I think this right here is just put a different level of sometimes what you're doing to hurt a person, you're gonna make it worse. Yeah. I think it's gonna be worse. Ooh. You know what I mean? I really do, because it's a different fire in him now than it was. You finna fight somebody. Now you found out he did something to you. Now it's a different tension. Yeah. You know what I mean? And plus, you know, it's
waking
hard.
The dog up.
Yeah, and then especially when you it's hard to beat somebody, you know what I mean, when they're in the right. Yeah. You know. Yeah. And that gonna add to it too. Yeah. You know? I wouldn't be surprised it'd be over.
Did we lose Andy?
No, I'm right here. I don't know what's going on with the TV though.
Oh yeah. Come on, let's bring in another one. Yeah.
But if y'all still able to hear me,
we got you, Andy. But go ahead, give us your thoughts on the sparring session and all that, and then we'll move on.
Session, I mean, it looked like AB had told the truth, you know, in the sense that he did jump in Dev looked like, he looked like he wasn't getting the best of Tank in that session. But at the end of the day, he is a 16-year-old kid. Tank got that grown man strength already. And also the doghouse rules. We know about the doghouse rules. It's just an infinite round, and it goes into whoever is just exhausted at the very end. So that version of it, we'll never know. Ryan, he let out a tweet. I sent that over to Hafey. He alluded to him being like, he wants to get all the footage himself. So even Ryan himself said that he wants to see the full sparring footage instead of just the Tank highlights.
For what? What's the point? For what?
Yeah. But and just to correct you, he did tell the truth, Broner, partially, because he said he jumped in the ring because Devin was out on his feet, and that wasn't the case.
Nah, Devin wasn't out.
He wasn't even hurt. Didn't seem like it. No.
So let me ask you this: Could this? Maybe a little bit conspiracy theory. Could Floyd be manipulating all of this behind the scenes? Does this benefit Devin and Ryan? Do you think that they spoke about that as like a triangle? Like, yo, the sparring's going to get released. It's going to build hype. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Or does this ruin the relationship that Devin and Floyd had? Because Devin and Floyd would do pad work. Like, he was essentially like a part of that Mayweather school of boxing. He started off with Floyd Sr. Like, he's been around that gym and Floyd for so long.
Yeah.
You think he genuinely hurt? Or is this something that maybe was behind the scenes, like they planned this?
I can't imagine it, man. I think this was genuine. If I'm wrong, please, somebody shoot a tweet. Dev, Bill, Floyd, shoot a tweet. Let me know that I'm wrong.
They put out a tweet out, and he did seem like hurt about it. He said that Floyd was a hater and that he hasn't spoken on it for some time.
Right.
And I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he said that Floyd was a hater and that it's right there. There you go.
But I don't think it ruined their relationship. I just think his mentor, he felt betrayed. You know what I mean? But I think the love he got for Floyd, I think it's always they commend it. You know what I mean? I think he can find a way to forgiveness because everything that he can't just cut somebody loose like that. Although I think he's more hurt than killing the whole relationship and friendship. You know what I mean? I could tell they was more hurt because that's his big bro, so that's who he mimicked his whole style after, and that's who he looked up to. So when your teacher hurts you or betray you, a teacher could always find a way to say I'm sorry, and the pupil gonna always give him a chance to reconcile. I believe.
Deep. That's deep. For me, I look at it as again, coming up in Vegas, coming up in the Mayweather gym, catching pads and things like that. I'm sure it was unspoken that eventually we're going to sign with Mayweather Promotions. When that didn't happen, Bill and Devin decided to go their own way, do it the way that they were able to do it and get to this point. I'm sure at some point Floyd may feel a little slighted. Like, you supposed to be in my crew. You're supposed to be rocking with me. And now this is what I'm going to do because you decided not to rock with me. You know what I mean? So to me, it looks like it's debris from years and years ago. Things that were unsettled, and we can see now that unsettledness is starting to show itself. That's how I look at it.
I mean, you can look at it like that.
I'm just predicting some Leonard Ellerbe quote tweets already once I put it on. Leonard is going to see it. He's going to be quoting it. So it's incoming Leonard Ellerbe tweets.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I can. It's no way I would train somebody and teach them to be Baby Scruncho. Then they go on and be a big name, and then all of a sudden they delete me out the equation. So yeah, I can see Floyd can be upset because he ain't raising him to do him. He raising him to be the next him. So if he raised you to be the next you, and you turn around and go be you by yourself, you know what I mean? So it can be some animosity there. I mean, from a personal perspective, I'd be mad. You know what I mean? I'd be upset or feeling some type of way.